Okay, let's get started now with chapter number 2 for the June 17th video critique. Let's check out Arjun's Sargent study. Now, Arjun, what I want you to look at is when you look at your image in a smaller way, in a thumbnail form, that's where you can really start to see a lot of the likeness factor happening or not happening. So look at the image small as well. Okay, so let's read what you wrote here. There's 8 hours, experiment with blindly putting down the tilts. Okay. You did a good job. You did a very good job. So let's talk about when I look at her. Sargent is a master at the surface planes. So let me get a smaller brush because I want to just detail these out. So let's go. Good. This is a shadow shape. That's really important. So it's its darkest here. And then it starts to get lighter as it gradates down. And then the next, I'm going to get to the eyes because it's all in the eyes. This is your shadow shape on the skin, not the lips, but it does merge together. It's very complicated. I'm just trying to do my very best to simplify it for you. All of that is your shadow. Now there's gradations within that shadow. So like I said, over here it's darker. And over here you have the reflected light from the chest bouncing in. But what you're doing is you're creating a whole new shape over here that's not there. Okay, there's a little light hidden here on the side of her mouth, but it's not going that big, and it's not. This needs to be a smooth, simple edge. Okay? And then we have another turning plane. Turns into the shadow. And then another value that turns the forehead around. So I try to look at these as solid shapes. And then this is a cast shadow on her from her hair. Now when we look over here, it's harder for me to see that. But I would make that value, that shape, much darker than the front of her face. Okay, now let's get into the meat potatoes of the eyes, because that's where the likeness is made or broken. So for me personally, very, very, very important. You must get the white of the eye accurate. And I'm going to blend the white of the eye into the lower eyelid ledge, I'm going to call it. So it's a shape like that. And then the white of the eye is a shape like that. I'm not incorporating the ledge on this one. And then the shadow side is right there. So what you've done, Arjun, is you've made the white of the eye on that side. And over here, remember, we're blending it into the ledge of the lower eyelid. So they're just different shapes. Do you see that? That's what makes it different. So pupil. I'm not finding her pupil in your eye. The pupil is here, that center dark. Got to get that center dark. So pupil, pupil, not bad. Now, the eyelash darkness is going to blend in. I covered part of the dark. Let me get rid of that. The eyelash is a very thick shape of dark, and it blends into the eye. So when we do it on yours is skinnier. I'm not being 100% accurate, so I apologize for that. It's actually very difficult. See how this shape over here is big and dark, and yours is skinnier. And when I come here, I'm going to look at this And I saw this when I looked at it small. This is what I would be looking at. And where I'm going to do these vertical lines, I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing because it's dark against dark. That's eyelash, eye, shadow into the eyebrow, into the lower eyelid. That's all for me, like one big shape. And it's amazing how he has this red on how he pulled it off. If I would have done that, it would have looked like she had a black eye. Okay, so this is just a red burnt sienna nostril. Follow the line that separates. Break that into different shapes. I can see a little bit more turning plane. And now we have the front plane where that's your main highlight area. Because the light's coming from the left. Main light area. Because the light's coming from the left. Now, for me, what I would do is, let's upper lip. This is fun. I've never done this on this portrait. It's just a solid purpley pink. And the lower lip has form light. That's the highlight. So this is the shadow. Upper lip is a shadow. That's the light side. And then that's the accent where the two lips touch. I know all those lines are like a little confusing, but what I'm trying to show you are the shadow shapes and just shapes in general, like this eyebrow. Again, it blends in. I want you to focus a little bit more on the pupils and making them darker. Center of the eye right there. It's really nice. So this just comes out here. Total lost edge. Translucent. Good. Translucent. Good. Yeah, I could keep going with this critique, but I'm going to stop it there. I think you did a lovely job. So what you need to do, let me save this. I hope that helped you. Arjun, if you have questions, just ask me your questions in the comments section underneath the member critiques. Okay? Love it. Good job. So remember, you got to look at it small like this. Very important that you look at it small.